omniscient, knowing everything. Of course, everything which is there is which there is to know is known by that one consciousness which we all are. So it's in a way quite funny that we've looked at our experience, didn't find any truth there, and then went to me and didn't find much truth either, except when going deep inside, and then suddenly finding, yes, here I am. And then again we're moving outwards, and I first wanted to give you some sort of existence, and then came to cosmic consciousness, which is all around me. And so then truth also is there all around me in this whole experience, but not as I see it in my eyes, but as I can feel it with my innermost me. And you will remember, and that's actually another important aspect of this truth, that we concluded the whole study of our experience by saying that this experience is mostly made out of energy, right? Like science also saying. And this is also the view of Advaita Vedanta. This energy is called Prakriti, which also means nature. It also means the most essential energy from which everything is made, and which always changes. In that way, it doesn't change. It always changes, but it always is what it is. It is Prakriti. It is energy. So that can't really be so much excluded from the truth. And in yoga we know this energy also very much as prana, the energy that we take in by breathing, the life force. Not really electrical, but it's hard to find other words. Energy which is everywhere, and helps us to live. And if we go in deep meditation, and we are there in our pure consciousness, we can also understand, we can also there, in a sense, experience energy being there. But no more the energy which makes all these forms and shapes, diversity, but this pure energy, which is so closely connected to our inner consciousness that you cannot really separate them. This energy and this consciousness are two sides of the same coin. You look at it from this side, you see, oh, it's energy. You look at it from that side, you see, oh, it's consciousness. And only intellectually we can separate them. But in truth, we will never find energy without consciousness. We will never find consciousness without energy. They are one and the same. And that is why what we are in essence is not consciousness, or not only consciousness. It is conscious energy. or energized consciousness. There's no word for it that describes how these two go together. This is the final duality, the final duality which is an illusion like all other dualities and diversities, and for which we have again no clear description, except we can say it is being, it is the self, it is God. And with that, with every breath of prana which we take, we are not only taking energy, attached as it were to every little bit of energy there is consciousness. So we're not just breathing energy, we're also breathing consciousness. And in that way the whole idea of the pots and the ocean and the water floating in and out of the pot becomes very much a reality. My consciousness is floating into your consciousness, is floating into his consciousness, and this and everywhere. There really is a sea, an ocean, a universe of being. And this being consists of consciousness and energy, of Purush and Prakriti. And when we try to find ourselves, we first naturally end up with Purush, with consciousness. Because energy can't say, who am I? Consciousness can't say, who am I? Because it is conscious that it exists. But when it answers this question, it should not just say, I am consciousness, I am Purusha. It has to understand that it also is the energy, and that this energy and consciousness, Purusha and Prakriti, are truly one, and that it is the one being that we are. Both are inseparable, both are just as valuable, as essential to everything.